Hi, I'm Kim, and welcome to Black Culture Talks. This channel is designed for us and by us with the goal to inform, inspire, and celebrate all things Black culture. We're going to have conversations that we can't necessarily have every place else. And if there's any topics that you're interested in discussing on this forum, please comment below. Also, at the end of this video, or during this video, if you like what I'm saying, if you like the information that you're hearing, please like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications. And you'll be sure to be notified whenever we have a new video uploaded on the channel. So, without further ado, what are we talking about today? We're going to talk about one of my favorite topics. It's called travel. Yes, and with the past 2 years, with things being kind of on pause and at a standstill, I'm quite excited to get back into this area. So, it's interesting because I really want to discuss a video that I saw on YouTube by one of my favorite YouTube channels. It's called Black Excellence Excellist. I'll make sure I add the link in the description, but it's one of my favorite channels to watch and learn information about the culture. And I was watching a video that talked about the 10 best places to visit without a passport. And first, let me say, I thought the video was really good, really informative, but I did think that it was kind of monolithic. It only featured beaches and exotic, like Paradise Island getaways, which is absolutely fine because I love a good beach and I love to dip my toes in the sand with a drink in my hand. So I totally get it. But I kind of wanted to add a little something to the conversation because, there's times that as travelers, we want sun and fun. And then there's other times that we want mountains and hiking, or we want snow and chalets. So I want to make sure that for whoever out there is interested in learning about what I would deem as exotic, because exotic is in the eye of the beholder, but I would deem some places outside of Paradise Islands as exotic. So I just wanted to add a few of those locations to the list. I'm not going to go into depth. If you're interested in me going really deep into these locations, please let me know in the comments. But I just really wanted to bring about 5 different places, maybe to the top of your list, to the top of your wish list. It's a great time to really travel, domestically as a U.S. citizen, because, things are changing every day with restrictions. So if you're not comfortable in that area, or if you simply don't have a passport, then these are places that you may want to check out. And again, like I said, beaches are fine. There were some great places on the list that I will link on, the video that I will link on the bottom. But please, please, please consider some other options. And we're going to start. Now, I did write them down, so forgive me if I look down every now and then, but I wanted to make sure that I didn't forget them. And I did come up with more than 5, but for the sake of time in this video, and I want to keep it nice and sweet, short and sweet, I'm just going to go over 5. But if you are interested in hearing more, I'm more than happy to share those with you. And all of these places actually have various levels of accommodations. You could stay luxe or you could stay on a budget. which is always great. And sometimes you want to mix it up, so um, without, you know, keeping you in suspense any longer, let's just get into it. So the first location is St. Augustine, Florida. Now, St. Augustine, many don't know, is the oldest city in the United States. It was established in 1565. And in addition to it being the oldest city, it's also known for wonderful Black history. And so, with any trips that we discuss or destinations that we discuss here, we try to incorporate some type of cultural experience that you can, seek out while you're there if you so choose. But it's really important for us as a people as well as other people. Well, let me rephrase that. It's really important just to visit places and really learn the history, and it totally will open your eyes to just the beauty of the destination even more. So from Orlando, you could even fly into Miami. It's definitely a longer drive, but it's a beautiful coastal drive, which is why I brought up the coast. But St. Augustine you may want to add on your list as someplace to visit. Who does not want to visit like the oldest city in the United States? Like that to me right there is just, reason enough to add it to your list. Second, we're going to talk about Sedona, Arizona. Now, Sedona proclaimed themselves, the tourism board, the local officials proclaimed Sedona, Arizona as the most beautiful city in the world, the most beautiful place in the world. Again, that's in the eye of the beholder, but I will say it is definitely amazing. It is an amazing destination. The red rocks they're notorious for. And my light just went out. I'm actually going to pause the video. Okay, so back to Sedona. Sedona, the self-proclaimed most beautiful place on earth is the exact phrase, is known for its red rocks. It's the most stunning rock formations, or one of the most stunning rock formations that you can ever lay eyes on. Sedona is also known for its spiritual properties. A lot of people visit Sedona for mind, body, spirit, from meditation, yoga, to praying and communing with a higher power. So if that's your thing, and if you're into just nature and the astounding visuals of a country or a city, then Sedona may be someplace to add on your list as well. So moving on, Colorado. If you've never thought about visiting Colorado, and I know quite honestly I hadn't, there are destinations that will truly take your breath away. And one of those places is the Great Sand Dunes National Park. And if you've ever been to or seen images from Abu Dhabi or Dubai, the Arabian Desert, just think of that type of visual, but without the camels. Without the camels and the dune buggies. They do have sandboarding, and they're also known for stargazing. So at night, it's such a beautiful open space that there's supposedly the best stargazing opportunities there as well. I'm going to insert pictures of all of these locations at the end of the video. And if you want more information, if you want me to provide more information about these locations and others, once again, please make sure you comment, and I will definitely do that, because travel is my thing. And we have 2 more to go. So far we've talked about St. Augustine, Florida. We've talked about Sedona, Arizona. And we also just talked about the Great Dunes National Park in Colorado. Oh, another wonderful thing about the Great Dunes National Park is that it's wheelchair accessible for free, which I think is just amazing. So I love the fact that, they make this type of experience accessible for those who can't do the walk in the sand. Okay, so the final 2. Santa Fe, Arizona. Excuse me. Santa Fe, New Mexico. So, don't have a passport, want some good, authentic Mexican food, want to experience culture, from Native American culture to Hispanic culture, then Santa Fe, New Mexico is the place for you. I know a lot of people often think that Santa Fe, New Mexico is in Mexico, but it's actually not. So again, something that you may want to look into. They have great day trips if you're into the canyons and sites like that. Then you can take a day trip. They also are known for their margaritas. So for those who like a good margarita, when they go to Mexico, or if you haven't been to Mexico to have a good margarita because you don't have a passport, then you may want to look into Santa Fe, New Mexico. And then finally, the other thing about Santa Fe, New Mexico, is that it is the oldest capital city in the United States. So again, a lot of history there, a lot of art galleries. People go there for art and to bring back art. So just someplace else to keep in mind. Everything doesn't have to, life is not always a beach. So you may want to add Santa Fe, New Mexico to your list. And then finally, a lot of people don't think of this place because it's so far away that some people just think that you need to have a passport. Alaska. Alaska is a U.S. territory, so no need to worry about getting that passport stamped. But the amazing places in Alaska will make you think that you are out of the country. So Alaska is huge. There's so much to do. So I really, again, to go into everything there is to do in Alaska would take me, 30 minutes in and of itself. But the most popular locations or the most popular cities in Alaska are Fairbanks and Anchorage. And think, what is it? Iceland. A lot of people go to Iceland to see the Northern Lights. You need a passport to go to Iceland. Alaska is known for having some of the most stunning sightings of the Northern Lights. So that's just one activity you could look into. Of course, they have great national parks, some of the most beautiful national parks that you could imagine. Whale watching, if you're into that. You could take day cruises, and do some whale watching. You could do some fishing for some salmon. Get you some king crab legs, some real Alaskan king crab legs. I'm trying to think, what else are they notorious for? I have notes, so let me just see. Oh, glaciers. The glaciers. Oh my gosh. If you get a chance to go to Alaska, think about Alaska as a destination. If you're looking for places that may not automatically just come to mind of, other than going to another country. Just think of places that are off the beaten path, and hopefully you can add those to the list. And like I mentioned, if there's any of the destinations that you want to hear more about, please comment below. If there's any place that you know of that, I didn't mention, we'll do a part 2 or part 3 or part 4. But these are great destinations for people who don't have a passport. If your passport expired and you've been waiting forever to have it renewed, but you just want to, do a getaway. Again, so just to recap, we're going to do one final recap. The first place on the list was St. Augustine, Florida. Second was Sedona, Arizona. Third was the Great Sand Dunes at National Park in Colorado. Fourth was Santa Fe, New Mexico. And then fifth and final was Alaska. And pick a city. Anchorage, Fairbanks. Long flight, unless you're living on the West Coast. But if you're leaving from the East Coast, that's a long flight. But it's no different than if you're going to Hawaii. So again, just some new places to think about. And if you get a chance, please check out Black Excellence Excellist to hear about I think it's 11 beaches or paradise islands to visit without a passport. And so if you like this video, please, once again, don't forget, like, subscribe, turn on the notifications, make suggestions in the comment for what more you want to hear about, what type of conversations you want to hear more about. Our next topic will be more about how do you pay for these trips? Ways to generate income and have these trips not break the bank. So with that being said, thank you for tuning in. I look forward to the next Black Culture Talks, and bye-bye.